Hey guys, welcome back to 80's Dinosaur Reviews. We have a very cool unboxing video to do today. It is from a lot of dinosaur figures that I recently bought from Mercari, and there are quite a few older kind of 90s dinosaur figures in here that I actually don't have any of in my collection at all. So I was really interested when I saw the lot, and I ended up getting it for like 20 some dollars, something like that. So it was a pretty good price for quite a few of these figures that are included in here, especially if you try to find them on eBay. But again, some really cool stuff that I was quite excited to get my hands on and kind of start to collect because I previously did not have any of them. Although there are a few other figures in here I do already have, like this one, which is the Imperial Triceratops. However, this one is not in very good shape. It's actually pretty badly kept for the most part. As you can see, the nose horn here of our Triceratops is gone completely, as is the tip of the tail. But I actually did not purchase this lot for this figure. I already do have the Imperial Triceratops, so I wasn't really too worried about this guy at all. He was just kind of an extra included. I considered repainting him, but seeing just how bad of shape it's in, I don't really know quite yet what I'm going to do with this. Then we also had the Imperial Styracosaurus, which is also a really cool figure from my childhood. Definitely an older figure, that is for sure, but again, this isn't the figure that I'm talking about. It also, I think, was actually made probably before the 90s, quite a ways back, because I had this from when I was a little kid in the 80s, so it's definitely an older figure, and I actually have quite a few of them have slightly different paint scheme, I think. But another figure I wasn't really worried about getting because I already had it, and it's actually a little bit different than mine. So maybe it's actually kind of cool that I do have this one now, just because it's a slightly different variant than the ones that I already do have. And he's not in terrible shape. He definitely has some paint wear, but for the most part, it's in okay shape, I guess. Then we also have the definitely Dinosaurs Poleacanthus, which is a really cool figure. Definitely another figure I played with many times as a child. But it's also another figure that I have quite a few of already. So it's not anything brand new and crazy addition that's to my collection that I didn't already have. Just another of this, which I actually may end up repainting one of these at some point just to see what it looks like with more realistic paint on it. But we are finally at the figures that I did not have previously. And there are only 4 of them, but one of which is this figure, which is too tall for the camera currently. So this is the Thunder Beasts Sarlafist, and it's a line that I only recently discovered. It's somehow, I never saw these as a child. I had never even heard of them, and some of their figures actually look pretty cool. This one is definitely very childlike overall, but it's still pretty darn cool looking, and actually, as far as the detailing of the figure goes, has some decent sculpt and detail to it, and it's pretty vintage looking as far as a Parasaurolophus goes. Of course, you've got the tripod position, and that's exactly what Parasaurolophus would have looked like when I was a child. So again, it really has that kind of childhood feeling to it as far as the way dinosaurs looked when I was a kid, which I think is one of the reasons why I'm so drawn to the figure overall. But it's not that bad, honestly. Definitely a pretty cool figure, and the Thunder Beasts line looks really neat, and I only recently discovered them, like I had stated in an old Toys R Us video from the 90s when they were kind of showing off what the Toys R Us looked like, and I spotted some of these figures up on the one shelf in the video, and I was like, wow, what are those? So I looked it up and found out very quickly what they were, and then found this lot to pick some of them up. So again, this is the Thunder Beasts Parasaurolophus. Definitely a really cool looking figure. Then we also have this Thunder Beasts figure, and this is the Ornithosaurus, I believe. So another really cool figure as far as the overall appearance to it goes. Not the best figure you're ever going to see for sure, and you won't find accuracy on any of the figures included with this entire lot. That's definitely another thing you could say for sure. But as far as a vintage dinosaur figure goes, he's pretty cool, even though he looks like he has kind of a broken neck. But that's just the way he was made initially. I don't know if he's like kind of trying to reach down and grab something. I'm not too sure. But definitely as far as an Ornithosaurus goes, he's very highly inaccurate, but definitely still a pretty cool figure, and it's nice to have, again, a few of these figures as far as these Thunder Beast figures to add to my collection just straight away, so then it won't be so hard for me to acquire all of them as I go. And then we have a Protoceratops, and that's quite exciting because there aren't that many Protoceratops figures out there, and as far as ceratopsians go, Protoceratops is definitely one of my favorites, so I really did quite like the appearance of the figure. Again, these actually sport some pretty decent sculpt and detail to them, highly inaccurate sculpts and very old school overall as far as the appearance goes, and they are quite clearly toys. There's no question about that. They weren't aimed to be any kind of scientifically accurate model or anything, just a really nice looking Protoceratops toy from the 90s, I would imagine, but definitely a really cool figure. And again, these figures may not appeal to everybody. I know a lot of my viewers here on the channel are more aimed at very highly accurate dinosaur models as opposed to toys, but personally I love both dinosaur toys and models, and I'm thinking you could probably tell that here with these Thunder Beast figures. Really cool looking figures overall that, again, I am quite excited to start collecting now here on my channel. I am quite excited to start collecting. And then the final Thunder Beast figure is this guy. This is the Sarlafist. So again, this one actually might be my favorite. I think I really do like the paint scheme that they've gone with on this one. Overall, a Sarlafist is a really obscure species of dinosaur to have included, although Protoceratops, for the time that these figures were made, was also pretty obscure, so I think that's another reason why I like these figures. On top of having that extremely awesome old school vintage look to them, they also created a few species that you don't see get figures made too often, or at least didn't see get figures made too often at that time. And again, they look pretty flashy, but somehow have fairly realistic looking paint schemes, and definitely another figure I am a big fan of. So that is the end of this lot. Just wanted to do a quick unboxing to show you guys these really cool Thunder Beast figures that I recently acquired. And if any of you are interested in reviews of any of these, again, I don't know how many people are interested in kind of old dinosaur toys as opposed to more accurate models, but definitely let me know and I may review some of them here on the channel in the very near future. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.